Catch us at KXVS Radio or at thevoiceofstockton.org.
Yo, welcome to another world, another place.
Quiero hablar de sentimientos. Dejemos el amor en la gaveta. Ahí vivamos el momento.
New music right here on KXVS 92.1 FM. Of course, that is Gambizi and Dos Four. Welcome to KXVS, your community radio station right here off the Miracle Mile in Stockton, California.
He cumplido el rechazo y por si acaso no conocen mis intenciones. Vine a pasarla bien pero sin emociones. Go take it to the better stay, let's stay fun. You're just so beautiful, girl, you look better than my eye. I like the way you feel, the same as what you do.
Hoy quiero fuego, fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Fuego, 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 fuego. Hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Como fuego, fuego. Quiero hablar de sentimientos. Dejemos el amor en la gaveta. Ahí vivamos el momento. Tenemos una noche completa.
You know what we came here for, so get up in the mood. Set the tone and wiggle your body head forward. We came to exercise, alright, and just party tonight. So get on this damn dance floor. Get ready to rock, get ready to touch, and just wind up and get your damn hands up. Or get in the groove, get in the mood. Whisper all in your ear until my time's up. Get ready to, you ain't ready for that. Sit the minute, get run, feel the weight of my tongue. Blow the narrow, busy Shapiro. Move me into like a header's on Shakira.
Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Como fuego, fuego. Fuego, fuego. Hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Fuego, fuego.
Zapata el filo, Platinum Records,
Fuego, fuego.
KXVS, Haiti,
This is the remix. Alex, Belix.
Todo empezó
Mientras ANX tocaba.
cuando yo la vi bailando y sin saber yo me fui enamorando. Su mano tomé y comenzamos a bailar. Nada pude hacer, yo no la podía soltar. Yo me acerqué a little closer y bailamos a little slower. I've never felt this way before. Y me enamoré, dancing kizomba. Me enamoré de su cintura, de su paso y de su piel. Dancing kizomba. De cómo sube, cómo baja y su peso sabor a miel. Dancing kizomba. Yo no
of course, that was Dancing Kizomba with Alec Velez and Don Omar right here on KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton. And of course, you're in tune to Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez. Thank you so much for tuning in, because you know what? I have my guest here and I'm excited to introduce him to you, because you know what? This is my friend from way back. We go way back. Of course, this is Richard Soto, founder and CEO of the Chicano Research Center. How are you, Richard? ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, gracias. I'm just excited to be in here also.
Hey, you know what? I know the last time you were here was probably a year ago. You know, we've been here 2 years now. So, hey, you're due for a follow-up. So we got to talk about everything that's taking place and happening here in Stockton, and especially for the Chicano Research Center. I know you are a mover and a shaker, and you're out there doing your thing, but you got to share with us. You got to share with the community, because we want to know everything you're doing out there. A ver, give me a little history first.
You know, it's a miracle. Gracias a Dios. Back in 68, 69, when I came home from the war and landed in Delta College, and the Chicano movement and the Chicanada was all getting up in arms and hollering and doing crazy things and wanting something as simple as knowing their own history. And they call that ethnic studies.
De un raíces, right?
Yeah, sus raíces. De donde vinieron los papás, los abuelos.
Yes.
And we started some of those classes back in 69, and here we are, 2018. It's a whole career and a half have gone by, you know. Got my AA from Delta, got my BA and MA from Sacramento, went on to San Francisco to get another MA, and then went to work in my love of my life career as a high school counselor at Tracy High, West High, and then Tracy Adult School. But through all that time, even though I wasn't teaching literature, even though I wasn't necessarily teaching history, the questions that I had in my mind, ¿de dónde venimos? ¿Qué nos ha pasado? What has happened to us? Why are we where we're at?
What is our history?
Yeah, where are we
es
going?
Nuestra historia?
And so I started collecting books. And after 40, 50 years, I had like 20,000 books in my library, in my bedroom, in my garage.
You
everywhere.
had libros coming out of your orejas.
Yeah, just coming out of the wall.
Libros from everywhere. Your garage
I called my daughter
full.
up and asked her if she wanted a bedroom set because I needed to move some stuff to make room for books. She says, "Sure, Dad." So I kind of retired about 2 years ago and purchased a building on East Main Street, 2182 East Main Street, where your history is recorded in los libros, corridos, and DVDs.
Wow. Okay.
And so we opened up this center where Yolanda's Bakery used to be.
Yes.
Started pounding nails, making bookcases, pushing sandpaper, painting walls, painting floors, painting everything, painting each other.
You were busy.
Yeah, pintando como little Diego Riveras and Frida Kahlos, and just everywhere. And after 2.5 years, we're pretty much where we want the Chicano Research Center to be. Even though we have all that literature, and it covers everything, our main goal, we're kind of like changing our purpose. Our main goal is going to be to try to archive nuestra historia in Stockton. Because if you look at all these gringos that make these little books about different towns, it's all about them. You would think there was no Charter Way. You would think there was no East Street. You know, you would think there was no raza here in Stockton.
Right.
And yet we have been here doing things for hundreds of years. Hasta que Joaquin Murrieta rode up downtown Stockton, you know, and said, "What's up?"
That's why they call this area Joaquin.
And so we're here. So one of the other things that we also want to do is to let our gente know what is going on around the country. And about 3 weeks ago, we brought David Gutierrez, who's the author of a book called Patriots from the Barrio, which was about an all Chicano military group that was sent on a suicidal, impossible mission in Italy. They were to cross a river and confront the Germans who were fortified on the other side of the river with machine guns and mortars and quién sabe qué, hasta que piedras. And about 80% of Company E, all Chicanos, were killed. Of course, they brought in more Chicanos, and these were from El Paso, Texas, from the Segundo Barrio. And they brought them in.
I put them in the front row.
To fill in the vacancies, yeah. And they continued, como los guerrilleros que somos, continuing the war, sacrificing their lives for the freedoms that we have today. So, following the military theme, on the 29th of this month, the last Saturday of the month, at 7 o'clock in the morning, because I know you people want to get up temprano, we're going to have Dr. Maggie Rivas Rodriguez. Dr. Rodriguez started the Voces Oral History Project at the University of Austin, Texas, in Texas. And in her 15 years or more of doing oral histories on our gente, she has authored or co-authored 5 books. They're very, very interesting literature, because not only does it talk about the veteranos and tells their story in their words, but it also talks about the racist conditions that existed, the discrimination in the world of work, in the community, that they confronted on a daily basis, and how they continue to survive, raise beautiful children, and sending a lot of them off to college. And that's pretty much where we're at now. So on Saturday, the 29th at 7 in the morning, we're bringing Maggie to the Chicano Research Center. We're having menudo. It's $20 a donation for the menudo, also to meet and listen to Dr. Rodriguez. Now on Friday night, Maggie will be at 5:36. She will be at the University of Pacific. Dr. Inez Reese Houston, the lady in charge of Hispanic Student Affairs.
Yes, she's wonderful.
Is and all the other things that she does, she's also co-sponsoring and bringing Maggie to the university for the college students.
Wonderful.
To listen, as well as for the community.
That is great.
LULAC, John Solis, Michael Perez are also going to have a reception for Maggie at UOP. Para toda la gente que le gusta comer, van a tener comida también.
And is it menudo?
No va a ser menudo, man. And the menudo is the world famous Richard Soto homemade menudo.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I know a lot of you people that have been to my house with the menudo. You guys pig out.
Yeah, because it said menudo. I guess that's the menudo for lunch, right?
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Breakfast. And we need to be there early so we can eat the menudo without rushing. Mm-hmm. And también con las tortillas planchadas. And then Maggie will speak. And then by 10 o'clock, Lorena Campos from Stockton is going to drive her back to Sacramento Airport. And Maggie will be gone back to her. So this is
real quick.
Place.
She's coming
and she has to work on Monday. She's
doing her speech and heading on out.
This lady is awesome. She's fantastic. She was a journalist. Then she started teaching journalism. She's been around the country in her profession. She's interviewed thousands of veteranos.
Yes, that's what I read.
What got her going, and kind of like what got me going with this library, is that you don't see movies about our veteranos. You don't see talk shows listening to our veteranos. The only place you see our veteranos, is in the obituary. And yesterday we lost a 96-year-old World War II veteran. They're almost all gone. Rest in peace. And we need to have more people like Maggie that are not just in their little pueblito, you know, talking to el vecino or su abuelito, but going out with a crew of people and taking their professional story. Interviews of what was it like, you know,
and getting their story, their side, their experiences.
And those of you that have been to war, and I was a surgical nurse in Vietnam in '66. We know
that.
We know, and it's a hard thing to for someone who hasn't been there, to imagine and to believe what happens there. So that's with Maggie, and she's also going to be on Friday at the Latina Luncheon in Modesto. So if you're out there listening to Stockton Sounds with Betty, and you're from Modesto, go to the Concilio, get your ticket. Jose Rodriguez, the director of the Concilio, they're putting on a Latina luncheon, and Maggie Rodriguez it will be there, and she'll be talking about her research and the thing that she's seen. Maggie, along with Gus Chavez from San Diego State, was one of the few people when Ken Burns wrote his famous book about World War II and left out Mexicanos, even though we had earned more Congressional Medal of Honor than any other ethnic group. He didn't feel that was sufficient to warrant space in his documentary. So don't buy the documentary, buy Maggie's books instead. And then to bring it all home, for those of you that were chancleando back in 20 years ago, 15 years ago, I remember going to quinceañeras, going to weddings, going to church, going to funerals, and los jilgueros, the mariachi group from Stockton, were always there playing their music, their mariachi music, making us. I remember my sister would always be throwing out her ajuas, and
Daddy sang with them.
Man,
they were Ramirez. Yeah, constant.
They were awesome.
Yes,
they were awesome. And si no tenías dinero, pues era gratis.
Mm-hmm.
They were down for the community.
Yes, they were.
So they had a couple of beautiful children. One of them that a lot of you probably know is Olivia Sosa. Olivia Sosa earned her teaching credential at University of Pacific. Went to work for Migrant Ed. Was working in the Tracy, Stockton area. And after years of experience, she got a job at the County Office of Education, sharing the knowledge and skills that she had earned out in the fields, trying to implement bilingual, bicultural educational programs. After her father had passed away, Olivia was going over some notes. Her father had, in his last years, had started jotting down some notes about his experience. And so Olivia took those notes and painstakingly started writing the story of her father.
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, they started off in Guadalajara.
Mm-hmm.
And they had no formal training. They didn't go to Cesar Chavez High School. They didn't go to Fremont Junior High and get into those mariachi classes that they now have. They
very good, by the way.
One of them got a knife, man, and they started cutting some wood.
Okay.
And they made their first instruments.
Wow.
And then just by listening, this is how intelligent they were and capable musicians. Just by listening, they were able to reproduce music. The thing that Olivia eloquently shares with us is the hardship. The number of people that offered them jobs and then didn't pay them. The number of people that told them, yeah, come down to our town and we'll put you up, and there was nowhere to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll feed you, and there was no food.
Yes.
There were good people, but as we know, there's also people that just, te van a usar.
Swindle you,
if they can take advantage of you, pues lo van a hacer.
Right.
But one of the things that made me laugh is that Olivia says that her mother, Eva, was the first groupie. Because when her father went from Guadalajara to Chapala, aquí llega una chavalilla. She was just like a little girl with her big eyes open, just falling in love. And Olivia's father wasn't her father then, pero dice, man, I need to get out of here, man. This little mocosas, like making ojos at me. And he was like 19 years older than her.
Wow.
So he made the mistake of saying that our next entertainment is going to be in Cananea, Sonora, Mexico. pues se van para Cananea.
Y lo siguió.
Y ahí viene la muchachita.
Lo siguió. She
and,
followed him.
and bugging him to get married. And so when they go try to get married, the judge says, I can have you arrested. This is just a little girl.
Baby.
Pero se quería.
Yeah.
So al fin se casaron. And they had a lovely family. And Olivia lives in Elk Grove. I think maybe her daughter lives in Sacramento. She has a son that lives in sabe donde. Mm-hmm. And I think another one down south. Mm-hmm. But the musicians were called Los Mariachis de Chapala. And I went on eBay. You can find anything on eBay. I went on eBay and I found a 1969 Los Mariachis de Chapala album. And when I showed it to Olivia, she got all emotional because that's my father.
Wow.
And so that's part of the other thing that we do at the Chicano Research Center. Instead of just having the books, so you go home and you sit on your couch and you start reading, we also try to gather artifacts that are going to complement the literature and the historical time period in which these events took place. So we're kind of like a unique library in that we have we try to do things around libros, corridos, and DVDs, and now we're adding artifacts.
Okay.
And we have them, situated throughout the library. So I would encourage you to come by and see if you can't see them. So los mariachis de Chapala fueron de Guadalajara, Chapala, Cananea. From there they went to Mexicali, que es right there in la frontera. And they were there for a while. Y luego cruzaron. And I was talking with, all of you know my friend John Solis from LULAC and WorkNet. And John was sharing with me that his father actually employed Olivia's father and tío as maintenance people, which was their day job, and mariachi was their evening job. And so they left Mexicali and they came to Stockton and started getting people together, and eventually they formed Los Hilgueros. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that they were beautiful to listen to. To me, mariachi music is probably the best kind of music we can listen to. And it's kind of sad that in our contemporary society that so many of our young people and middle-aged people, for whatever reason, don't like Mexican music, mariachi music.
I don't see why not. That's our culture.
It is.
Cultural.
It is, but
I think they need to be introduced to the music all over again.
I think so too, and I think, Betty, the thing that you and Alicia Ramirez did at the park, that was in Lodi?
That was here in Stockton
right,
at the
right
Oak Grove Regional
at
Park.
Elk Grove.
Yes.
Yeah.
Off 8 Mile Road.
Bringing musicians, bringing all kinds of music. I mean, it doesn't have to be
it
one
was
time.
A conglomerate of music. It was jazz. It was mariachi music. It was, the Latino sound. It was a little salsa. A little bit of everything. And people loved it. And a lot of the comments that were made is, how long has this been going on? How come we don't know about it? If we had known, we would be able to attend. Well, now they know. And I know for the longest time it was difficult to get the word out. But I actually started it myself when I first came home. I found out nobody did that. And I thought, how can they let KOP staff just die like that? Once they sold the station at the University of Pacific, because we used to broadcast at the Burns Tower. And that was KOP. That was your Chicano community program. Mario Hernandez, Ponce Reese. Yeah. It was with Zapata, Richard Zapata, who was Cho, from Cho and Lo comedians.
And at the Chicano Research Center,
yes,
Zapata,
I bet you his history
when he was alive,
yes,
and this has got to be a long time ago, sent me una cinta of a show that he did.
So you have raw footage. Wow, I want a copy of that because I actually recorded a lot of our programming during that time, and I was just a little kid. I was just a little teenager pushing papers and helping out at the time when I was first introduced to the radio, and that was from Franklin High. 78, 79 is when I started, and so I recall vividly. And because of them, I majored in communications. If it wasn't for Mario Hernandez, I wouldn't be doing this today. So this is my way of paying tribute to all my communication fathers, I call them, because, they touched my heart. They led me in a direction that I'm glad they did, because if not, I wouldn't be doing this today. And I love it. I love it. I love community radio. I love helping people. I want them to use this as a tool to further themselves in anything and everything. I'm talking businesses, nonprofit organizations that help out with resources to help out the familia. Heck yeah, I'm there. And so when I found out that this station, it was a community radio, and they invited me to be part of it, I said, yes, would you allow me to continue a show that we started back in the day?
Yeah.
And it was Your Chicano Community Program, who was a founder of that was Ed Ramirez, he actually played at our event, the 4th annual. He and Alicia, they were there. And I'm so fortunate to have them. What's that?
He's a Tracy boy.
He's a Tracy boy.
And I'm a Tracy boy.
Stocktonian ahora. Con su Ramirez Rancho. But I love the fact that he's still with us and he's supporting us. He's supporting us even more today. Because I told him,
he's also writing for Joaquin magazine.
Hey, this is the same format that we had back then when Mario Hernandez introduced it to me. And I said, you know what? If I'm allowed to continue, because it changed the name from Your Chicano Community Program to Sabor Latino. This program is called Sabor Latino. It's not just one day. 5 días de la semana. 4 to 6.
That's awesome.
Sabor Latino. And it's the same format that Mario Hernandez taught me back in the day. And I'm just fortunate and happy to be able to do this. And because this is a community radio, and like our banner says there, join KXVS. Let's make Stockton better together. I truly believe in that.
Yeah. And let's come out. It's the last Saturday of September, the 29th. At 7 in the morning, Menudo con Maggie, Dr. Maggie Rivas Rodriguez, awesome researcher, writer, cares about our veteranos. I hope if there's any World War II veteranos out there, I hope they'll come out and
definitely invite them right now. Yeah. Invite them because they're listening.
If Korean veteranos and Vietnam veteranos coming out and talk to her, maybe make arrangements to share your story with the Voces Oral History Project. And then in the evening, our own Olivia Sosa sharing the book that she just completed writing about her family and Los Mariachis, Los Jilgueros.
Now, if I'm not wrong, these are some of the pictures that I'm putting up on video of Los Jilgueros performing.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm trying to find the correct pictures because there was this one here, it's an original. This is a mariachi. Okay, no, this is not. I'm trying to find all the photos because I want to put up pictures of them.
Make copies and give them to us.
Yes, it looks to me like these are
and that's
originals.
Another thing. While I'm talking, I have this opportunity. We're looking to archive anything from Barrio Chivo, anything from East Main Street.
And I have contacts of Barrio Chivo big time. Sabrina Flores is one. She's got so many familia.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, she introduced me to one of her uncles.
Yeah.
Que es Chivo all the way. Uno de los primeros. And I told him, how can we convince you to come in and do an interview with us? He says, not I. I said, if we could get some of your fellow friends to come and join you, would you? Y dijo que sí. Yeah. He says, yes, I would. Wow. Okay, we got to work on that. I told Sabrina, let's work on getting the other Chivos to come in so that way he can join them. So that is possible. When it happens, I can give you a call, Richard.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. And we're looking for old pictures. There's also a young lady from the University of Davis who is doing her PhD, I guess, on Barrio Chivo, and so she is looking for people to interview. She's looking for pictures of houses, businesses, anything in the vicinity. That would be down by Filbert Street.
Okay.
And East Main.
Filbert.
And, you can come over to the Chicano Research Center. We're right there on East Main Street.
And that's 2182 East Main Street in Stockton, California,
Yes,
95205. In
Yeah.
case you want to get a hold of him now, I can give out your number, right?
Yes, you can.
Number for Richard Soto, founder and CEO of the Chicano Research Center, is 209-822-5646. Again, the number is 209-822-5646.
Yes,
Ándale.
that's myself.
And if you have your Facebook or any other, website, web page,
We're getting
out there?
we're getting that put together right now. Like I said, we're a nonprofit. I would say that 90% of the cost for Chicano Research Center comes out of my pocket. We have had a number of consistent supporters from Stockton that have generously donated finances to us.
that's wonderful.
They see the value.
That's beautiful when
see the
they
value
start
of what we're
supporting
trying to do.
financially.
We're
Yes.
being right now. An individual was sent out from UCLA.
Okay.
They're interviewing us because what we're attempting to do in the barrio of East Stockton is something that's not done. I don't think anywhere else, and so we're very unique in what we're trying to do, and we're going to do it. We just went to Maya Angulo Library where we're going to be doing a presentation. We just went to Taylor County School. I think it's an alternative school program where there's a young teacher there named Josh Stoner has invited us to share for Hispanic Heritage Month. And so we'll be going in there talking to his students. And we're I've never been a librarian. I'm 74 years old. I've been a teacher, a counselor, a surgical nurse, a tomato picker. I've been a lot of things in my life, but I didn't think at 74 I would become a librarian. Pero you know what?
That's
it
beautiful.
just means I have to live a little bit longer, man, to get my degree. So we're there, and when people come in, they're overwhelmed. They can't believe the depth and the variety. You name it, we probably. Matter of fact, Ed Ramirez sent his wife to borrow some books on Dia de los Muertos. I think he's preparing a paper, and so everybody comes in. We have an older gentleman that's a couple of blocks down from us. He's painting murals on his wall, so he came in to borrow some books on the Aztecs.
That's wonderful.
So that he can make the pictures authentic.
Now, can people see those murals on the wall from the street, from
Yes.
a distance, or is it
Yes.
hidden?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
good.
and, and
Good to
actually, Olivia, her daughter, is an engineer and likes to draw. And Olivia says that she has volunteered to come down and put some drawings to make our building colorful.
That's
and
wonderful.
user-friendly.
That is wonderful. So
Yeah,
when
I
she
think
does
it's
come
awesome
down, give
that-
her my number so that way I can also join in and help. I'm an artist too. Me
Yeah.
encanta pintar. And especially if it's something de cultura, even more so. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
great.
Yeah. So let's pull in our talents together, and let's invite other individuals that are out there listening to us right now. They want to donate their time. They could do so in various areas, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
And volunteers is something that I'm always looking forward to on the radio. And I love it when I have students here, because then they get a taste of what it's like to be on the radio, what it's like to run the board, what it's like to speak on the mic. And it's always a really positive and good experience for them, and they take it away. And there was one individual, Daisy Pantoja, and she called me. She says, "Can I come? Can I observe you? Can I sit and shadow you?" I said, "Of course you can, of course." And she came, and I kind of mentored her too. And next thing I know, she wins for asparagus reina, right? And I was so proud of her. And then she says, I decided mass communications because of you, because of what you did for me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, I was touched. I was so touched that now
You know,
she's going to follow communication footsteps, and she's going to become a reporter, and maybe someday come and help us out at the radio station as well.
Betty, you said an very important thing right there. Is it's a two-way street. Those of us that are professionals need to be willing to mentor someone,
to give of yourself. Do you know?
But also
I've been,
those students out there
Yes.
that don't have an idea what they want to do, they need to just be willing to want to do something. Raise your hand and let us guide them or put them in touch with somebody.
Ask the questions, right? Can I do this? Can can you show me? Is it okay if I can shadow you? I mean, this is what she did. And she asked me, I was touched by just her questions alone. And I thought to myself, this girl is going to go places. And of course, I took her under my wing. I said, do whatever you can. Give her as much information so that way, you could give her enough to where she can decide on her own
whether this
is something that she wants to pursue. If I'm not wrong, Manteca. But she's out there representing asparagus, Miss Asparagus all over the place, and she's beautiful. She has been, entering I don't know how many pageants, and finally she got in and she took it. And when I was told, it was by her too, when I went over to the Asparagus Fest, and she had me in tears. And I thought, you know what? I had a good feeling. I remember telling her, you got this, because she wanted me to go over some of the readings with her to practice her speech, and I did. And I told her, don't worry. You got it under control because you have been practicing. You've done everything that you needed to do to prepare. And I told her, you got this, girl. You got it. And sure enough, that day she won. Yeah. Proud moment. Proud. So I feel so happy to be able to say that is someone that I said yes to because she showed interest in radio. She showed interest in all sorts of different areas. But she wasn't afraid to ask.
Yeah, we have volunteers at the Chicano Research Center. And these are people that are very much interested in literature and the value of literature, and especially Chicano literature. We have the history of Mexico. We have the history of Mexicanos in the United States. You can't separate Mexico from the Chicanos here, and you can't separate Chicanos from Mexican history.
No, you can't.
It's in nuestra sangre.
Exactly. Nuestra historia. Yeah.
For maybe only the second or third time in my life, I stayed up till midnight. That's not the first or second time, but what is the first or second time is that I listened to El Grito.
Yes.
De Mexico. And I was amazed at because it's been about 3 months.
Yes.
That I was there in the Zócalo.
Oh my goodness, you're kidding me.
Walking around.
Oh my goodness.
And because now they have indigenous dancers.
Yes.
They do limpias.
Yes.
Con las hojas and the smoke, and they're selling dancing artifacts, and we were just there. They're also right behind the church is the new excavation that Mexico is doing, and so you can see that ongoing.
Oh my goodness! So they're constantly.
So we were just there,
digging
and then
out artifacts.
I turned the TV on at midnight, and I'm listening to the president of Mexico giving El Grito, and I'm hearing the people. There were like 20,000 people in the plaza. Saying "Viva, viva, viva Mexico!"
Viva Mexico!
Like, wow, man,
yes,
I was just there.
Yes. When you said that, you took me back to Zapata folkloric dancers. Was it Mother's Day? But they had me MC, and I recited everything that Mr. Zapata wrote. And towards the very end, it was Independence. Towards the very end, I said, "Viva Mexico." Los Mexicanos stood up and they screamed. And as soon as I said, "Viva la Revolución," oh my goodness. They got so loud and they were chanting. And they were just so proud. And to see the dancers, dance these traditional dances from Michoacán, from Jalisco, from Chihuahua. Wow, it just touched their hearts.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's too bad
it was
that
amazing.
In this country we tried to make immigrants and descendants of immigrants lose their history and culture and replace it with the history and culture of immigrants from another country.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. we have one of the best sections in our library on Mexican veterans. Okay, we have the best selection of books because we try to find everything that is written about our veteranos and purchase it for the library.
Right.
And when you read those books, you just wonder how they could say we're un-American, how they can call us all these names, and yet we have been so patriotic to the extent of giving our last drop of blood for this country. So our families can benefit from the richness that is here.
Yes.
And it makes me mad, and it wants me to get those stories out more and more, so that young people can benefit, like, the same way that you and I have benefited.
Yes. Well, we're still here on this earth. We're not done, right?
I know.
Ay, que dale duro.
Ariana Gonzalez, one of my former students who's now over at Modesto Junior College. Last year she called me up and she said, Mr. Soto, we want to honor you. I go, what? She says, yeah, we want to give you a Lifetime Achievement Award. And I told her, but I'm not done. I'm not done doing it, Ariana.
Don't make me stop.
She says, no, but... And you know what was more interesting to me is that it was the Latina Leadership Network, Latinas. And I'm the first person to get their award.
That is so super.
And I'm going like, wow.
That's how much they love you and appreciate you. So
yeah, she was one of my students. I'm sure somewhere along the line, I just in what I'm doing, because she's doing similar things, the mentoring, the example, it's all positive.
Just being there for them, period. Yes.
Yeah, one of the things our youngsters are not going to read raza literature until our parents and professionals are carrying a raza literature wherever they go. I have one right here, Rebellion in the Borderlands, which deals with the Plan de San Diego. Has nothing to do with San Diego, California, okay? But it deals with the rebellion that took place in around the time of Porfirio Diaz.
Okay, history.
And Francisco Madero and Ricardo Flores Magón attempting to get him out of office. So let's read, let's share this make our kids prouder.
Let's put the book up so that way the listeners can actually see it. And it's written by James
A. Sandos.
A. Sandos.
Yes.
James A. Sandos, and it's called Rebellion in the Borderlands. And, of course, they could get that book just about any bookstore, right?
They're not going to walk in and find it. This is the problem I have with Barnes & Noble. You're not going to walk in the bookstore and find these books.
How do they
What I would encourage all your faithful listeners, if there's an area that they have an interest, come and see me. Come and see me. I've read most of these books. If we don't have a book you're interested in, we'll find it. I just got on the internet and found 10 more books this morning.
Wow.
So, there's some really good stuff out there. I'm just... Right now, we have about 5 people that are reading this book called La Rebelde, The Rebel. And it's about a Mexicana that right on the frontier that created the nursing staff for Venustiano Carranza towards the end of the Mexican Revolution. And a lot of people think that it's Cruz Azul or Cruz Rojo or something, but this was Cruz Blanco. And it was just Venustiano Carranza's nursing staff, and it was created by this woman. And there's, like I say, I had to go buy another book just because somebody else wanted to read it.
Wow.
And so that book is real popular right now. City of Palaces by Nava is another popular book. And In the Shadow of the Angel. If you've been to Mexico City and you've been on La Reforma, you'll see the monument to veterans. It's like a slender pyramid, and it has a gold angel at the top. The designer of that monument had a daughter who fell in love with Jose Vasconcelos, it has a tragic ending, but it's amazing how City of Palaces, La Rebelde, and In the Shadow of the Angel, how the stories come together. And so we're having the people that are interested read the City of Palaces. Mm-hmm. Then we're having them read La Rebelde. Then we're having them read In the Shadow of the Angel. And that way, I feel that way they're getting a full circle.
Yes. Yes.
So we're getting people that are coming in and wanting to read literature, and we welcome more. We just have, I don't know, a super variety, and I think I was talking to Cindy Perez, who's a assistant librarian out at Maya Angulo, and she says that her daughter is interested in art, and she gets the Joaquin magazines because the centerfold is always art.
Right.
And I told her, well, we have a super collection, not only of Mexican artists, but of contemporary Chicano artists. So I think we'll be seeing her daughter pretty soon. She's a Delta College student.
That's wonderful. That is great. There's so much talent out there, Richard. Oh my goodness, so much talent. That's why there's an event that we do, and it's every last Saturday of the month, and it's called The Function. And this is allowing the youth to come on and share anything in the arts. So we put this platform out there for them. And so far we've had rappers, we've had poets, we've had gentlemen and women that play instruments. And they have this platform and they go for it. And they put out their talent. And the thing is, Stockton is packed with talent.
Yeah.
All they need is an area, a mic, an area where people are going to say, hey, this is it. This is your platform. Shows what you've got. Shows your talent. And they're coming out. They're coming out. We had a rapper. Her name was Diamond Dez. Wonderful, wonderful rapper. She had her own style of rapping. And she outdid herself out there. And I remember coming in and interviewing her, and what talent. And it was all her originality. And she was giving thanks and singing to the Lord and just being there for the youth. And that was her message. Her message was that if you're in trouble, you will always have that chance to make a difference in your life, letting the Lord into your heart. And so she was pretty neat. And I love other talent that came in because they played guitars, they sang, they were beaming. And what I'm saying is this is so necessary because we have so much talent out there, and it's all in the youth, son jovencitos. So to be able to have a place where they can come in and call it their own and say, hey, this is my chance to shine.
Yeah.
I do it here on the radio. I get them rapping here. I get them playing. I bring in the mariachi. I say, okay, play your canciones. We want to hear you. The community wants to hear you. And they play live right here. And again, this is another way. This is another expression. Another way to get their information, their talent out there in the community to be known. So like I said, Richard, we're not done. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So that's something that just started last month. And it's called The Function. And it's in the morning from 10 and it goes to about 3 or 4. So it's kind of all day. And like I said, it's across the street right over here. The old AT&T building parking lot, that's the area where we use. We set up all of our equipment, all the speakers and the monitors, everything that's needed. And we let them do their show. And this is something that's going to continue to grow every month. And we're inviting all families, all organizations, all church groups, everybody that wants to be part of it to come out and show their stuff, share their talent.
And don't forget, on the 29th, the last Saturday of this month, Menudo con Maggie. And the Chicano Research Center has a seating capacity for about 50. We can stand a few more. But if you want some delicious menudo and you want to listen to a dynamic speaker, join us Saturday morning at 7 and listen to Maggie. And I've been to Austin, Texas to her program 3 times. That's how much I think of her, and that's how much I admire her. And then that same evening, we're going to have our very own Olivia Sosa talking about her family and the music that they offer to the city of Stockton and San Joaquin County for many years. And her father and herself and a few other of the mariachi members have been inducted into the Mexican American Hall of Fame. So they have been recognized. And I think the final honor is Olivia writing her father's notes and coming out with this book. And it's a small book, but there's so much history in the book. And one of the other things that I found interesting is her father was also a bracero. And he talks about his experience on the Mexican side of the border trying to get accepted into the bracero program, and the dog-eat-dog and people killing people just to get a spot to come over to the United States to work. It's one of the most eloquent pieces, yet sad pieces about the bracero program, and they, like World War II veterans, are almost gone and forgotten. And we can't allow that to happen.
We got to get their stories before they're...
But Olivia has definitely written a beautiful book, and it should be on our coffee table while we're listening to Jose Alfredo Jimenez or Solis or any of the other... one of my favorite women singers, not a very old person, is Tish Hinojosa. Her contemporary corridos are enlightening. She sings corridos about people who have been doing things and about social political events. And of course, we have copies at the center, and we encourage you to come out and look at the center and see how we can help you. Okay?
Sounds good. Sounds good. Let's put out that information again, because I know that the community that is listening would like to attend for the book celebration. That is on Saturday, September the 29th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Chicano Research Center, which is 2182 East Main Street in Stockton, California, with food, music, and friendship. The number to get a hold of Richard for more information, Richard Soto, which is the founder and CEO of the Chicanos Research Center. It is 209-822-5646. And again, the address is 2182 East Main Street in Stockton, California, 95205. Any shout-outs, Richard?
Just at that same day, a las 7 de la mañana, con menudo, we have menudo con Maggie. Maggie Rivas Rodriguez.
Lelo? Read the information on that flyer, because all that information is so vital. ¿Verdad?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you want me to read it?
Yes.
Dr. Maggie Rivas Rodriguez, the director of Voces, Hispanic Oral History Project, where she documents what our men and women were doing during World War II. She will be here, and to the right of her picture, you see a newsletter that she sends out once or twice a year. And she has sent us already about 1,000. So some of these valued pieces of archival history will be available for free for you. And I especially like it because she put my story in there.
Good.
And I don't know if she did that because she's coming to Stockton. You know, you got to have some local. Maggie's a wonderful person. She's just, you know, you won't find another one like her. She's just awesome. And has done a lot for us.
Ok. Y ahora en español, para las personas que hablan español, vengan a celebrar la publicación de este libro, el libro que se llama Los Giros, ¿verdad? Los Jilgueros de la Sierra.
Oh.
With Olivia Sosa, right?
Sí.
Y va a ser el sábado, el 29 de septiembre a las 5 de la tarde hasta las 7. En el Chicano Research Center, 2182 Oeste, creo, Main Street, en Stockton, California. Van a tener comida, van a tener música y amistad. No se lo pierdan, y si tienen, preguntas, pueden llamarle a Ricardo Soto. El número de teléfono de él es 209-822-5646. Y otra vez se llama el Chicano Research Center, donde van a tener este evento. Y es 2182 Main Street en Stockton, California.
Y en la mañana, ese mismo día, el 29 de septiembre, vamos a tener doctorada Maggie Rivas Rodríguez, que viene para visitarnos de Austin, Texas, es tejana. Y ella empezó el programa para hacer entrevistas de los veteranos y también las mujeres que se quedaron atrás manteniendo las casas durante el tiempo de la guerra número 2. Y Maggie ha escrito 5 libros sobre todo que estaba pasando en ese tiempo de la guerra número 2. Y ya casi hemos perdido todos los veteranos de esa guerra. Ven en la mañana a las 7 para comer menudo con nosotros. Tenemos que cobrar un poquito, nomás $20 para el menudo y también para darle un poquito para Maggie. Y,
como una donación, ¿verdad?
Sí. Uh-huh. Y hablar con ella y si tienen unos veteranos de Corea o de Vietnam que vengan y si es posible presentar su historia, porque es muy raro que escuchamos que un mexicano, un latino fue un héroe. Es muy raro y nuestros jóvenes tienen que oír eso, que nosotros también hicimos mucho en la guerra hasta morir.
Para ayudar uno al otro, para vivir, ¿verdad? Sí. La gente. Bueno, pues eso es muy importante y los invitamos a todos ustedes que están escuchando ahorita, que hablan español. Este es un evento que pueden traer sus familias, traigan sus niños, sus hijas, sus hijos, hasta su abuelita, los que quieran, toda la familia. Hay que apoyar uno al otro, así crecemos, ¿verdad? ¿Verdad?
Sí,
eso es
y
muy
con
importante.
eso también vamos a ofrecer otras presentaciones. Queremos hacer como 1 o 2 por mes.
Okay. Very good, Richard.
Gracias.
You covered a lot of area today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thank you.
I'm glad I took a lot of notes.
I thank you from my heart. And you know we're here. We're always here waiting on you, and whenever you want to publicize any event, anybody that's coming in of value like this woman here, you need to let us know. Even if it is through a little flyer or send me something, through email, doesn't matter. We'll put it out there for sure for the community, because the community needs to be informed. And this is one way that they are getting their information. What has taken weeks to grow in numbers is taking hours. And this is what's really good about this radio station. And so it's community radio, and more people are tuning in, and they see the value of community radio. So I thank you, Richard. Thank you so much for coming out and making today special for us here on Sabor Latino. Do appreciate you in a big way, okay? All right. You heard it right here at KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton. And you are listening to Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez.
Yo, this is the remix.
Besarte en exceso me tiene loco. Dedicarte mi vida es todo lo que quiero. Eres única, sé que no me equivoco. Pide que hasta lo que no tengo te entrego. Mi corazón es todo tuyo. Mi bicicleta y mis canciones haré que te enamore. Tengo 1000 canciones para darte. Tengo las 1001 noches. Y más cuentos que contarte.
ritmos iguales, haces girar mis pedales. En cosas del amor todo se vale. Soy todo un atleta, tu boca es mi meta. Amarte es ir al polo sin chaqueta, porque es más fácil cruzar el Niágara en bicicleta. Tengo una bicicleta que no para de rodar hasta tu casa. Tengo las suelas gastadas por andar detrás de ti. Tengo hasta miopía de mirarte, dolor de cabeza de pensarte. Si no te das cuenta, niña, no sé qué va a ser de mí. Tengo 1000 canciones para darte, tengo las 1001 noches, y más cuentos que contarte. Tengo el secreto de tu sonrisa, tengo todos los suspiros que se te roba la brisa. Y es verdad, tengo tanto para ti, ahora solo falta un sí que me deje hacerte feliz. Y es verdad, tengo tanto y tengo más, dejémoslo todo atrás, que este amor ya va a comenzar. Más playa, hey, la Z y la L, alquilado, electric, Ronnie Watts, Mr. Pex, yeah, Gaby Music, más playa, Raya Porque, la Z y la L, alquilado, bicicleta.
Do you want to relive the golden days of Stockton? Join Nate Knott on Stockton Alive every first and third Monday at 6 p.m. Tune into thevoiceofstockton.org.
KXVS on 92.1 coming soon. KXVS.
On top of the world, I'm about to lose control. Let it know tomorrow. Come on, let the feeling go. All over the world, there's a fever taking hold. Let it know tomorrow. Come on, let the feeling go.
A mí me gusta como tú te mueves, en esta vida loca, y al besar tu boca como tú no hay otra. Adoro como tú a mí me lo haces. Vamos a matarnos en mi casa, nos vemos en la calle. No romantic.
Put your hands up, reach for the ceiling. Hands up, like you're feeling. Stand up, head to the sky.
Chica, chico, baila
Let's
conmigo.
go.
On top of the world, I'm about to lose control. Let it know tomorrow. Come on, let the feeling go. All over the world, there's a fever taking hold. Let it know tomorrow. Come on, let the feeling go.
Dame de eso, un poquito nada más. Te doy de lo mío pa' ponerte a disfrutar. Solo con tocarla ella se desacata. Ando en la calle buscando el dinero pa' gastar. De Santo Domingo a Barcelona te llevo. Si tú quieres yo te llevo. Y si te montas yo te llevo. Baila conmigo y te llevo.
Chica, chico, baila conmigo.
I give you the green light, you do whatever you like. Cause baby, anything can happen at the end of the night. No shy, you're taking a bite, you do whatever you like. Yo, I give you the green light, you do whatever you like. Cause baby, anything can happen at the end of the night. No shy, you're taking a bite, you do whatever you like.
Chica, chico, baila conmigo.
Baila conmigo.
the place.
Quiero hablar de sentimientos. Dejemos el amor en la gaveta. Ahí vivamos el momento. Tenemos una noche completa para que la disfrutes, pero sin compromiso. Con el teléfono en mute, hasta nuevo aviso. Fuego, fuego, hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Fuego, fuego, hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Fuego, fuego, quiero que tu pasión me queme. Como fuego,
La abuelita mía de todo este con ambiente, no me le dé sentimiento que tú hasta el otro día. Dame un abrazo sin lazo, cupido el rechazo y por si acaso no conocen mis intenciones. Vine a pasarla bien pero sin emociones. Go, take it to the better state, let's stay fun. Hey, you're so beautiful, girl, you look better than my aunt. I like the way you feel, let's see how it's working. Do you feel
fuego,
it?
fuego. Hoy quiero fuego, fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Fuego, 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 fuego. Hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Como fuego, fuego. Quiero hablar de sentimientos. Dejemos el amor en la gaveta. Ahí vivamos el momento. Tenemos una noche completa.
You know what we came here for, so get up in the mood. Set the tone and wiggle your body head forward. We came to exercise, alright, and just party tonight. So get on this damn dance floor. Get ready to rock, get ready to touch, and just wind up and get your damn hands up. Or get in the groove, get in the mood. Whisper all in your ear until my time's up. Get ready to, you ain't ready for that. Sip the minute, get run, feel the weight of my tongue. Blow the narrow, busy Shapiro. Move the endo like a header's on Shakira.
Fuego, hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Como fuego, fuego. Fuego, fuego. Hoy quiero fuego, fuego. Quiero que tu pasión me queme. Fuego, fuego.
Zapata el filo, Platinum Records,
Fuego, fuego.
KXVS, Haiti, boom.
Me delata la mirada, hacerme el tonto para casi a mí no me importa nada. Prefiero vivir y perder que no haber vivido nada. Si te vas, quedaré en un dolor que jamás conocí. Como arena en el viento, sin brújula, sin dirección, pisado y sediento. Lo mismo que ver un humano sin alma en el cuerpo. Si te vas, quedaré en un dolor que jamás conocí. Andas en mi cabeza, nena, a todas horas.
No sé cómo explicarte.
Dándome la vuelta, tú me descontrolas.
No paro de pensarte.
Por ti me da
vamos para allá. Que hola mi gente, con mucho amor y cariño. Esto lo hemos hecho. Cambici, dos foros, chao voluntad. Representando el Bay Area. Cuba, Estados Unidos. Let's do this, man. Movimiento contra la barrera.
I know more people that be feeling it. One time up high, swagging, and we be dabbing. Easy baby, those four. You know the ladies, they want more. Up in the VIP top suites, flipping and getting that classy.
Tú sabes, no vamos a fallar. Vinimos a la fiesta con mala y nadie nos puede parar. Tú sabes, no vamos a fallar. Vinimos a la fiesta con mala y nadie nos puede parar. Greasy, you're not gonna kill this.
Dose, you know I'ma kill this.
Greasy, you're not gonna kill this.
Dose, you know I'ma kill this. Party, party, we back to it. Girl, you know my style. Hands in the air, watching all the girls go wild. Take a picture, me and Dose, we gon' stunt with ya. Living the life of a rock star. Yeah, you know that I'm a rock star. Toma, me some tequila. Romba, fly mamacita. Walk up in the building, stop. Time to turn up. Baby girl still in shock. Okay, now turn up. Y'all know we know for turning them parties out. Pop a few bottles and turn a few models out. Baby, that's where I'm from. They get it poppin' off that Red Bull and that rum. In the building and we killing it. I know more people, they be feeling it. One time up high, swaggin', and we be dabbing. Easy baby, those four. You know the ladies, they want more. Up in the VIP top suites, flipping and getting that guapsy.
Tú sabes, no vamos a fallar. Vinimos a la fiesta con mala y nadie nos puede parar. Tú sabes, no vamos a fallar. Vinimos a la fiesta con mala y nadie nos puede parar. Greasy, you're not gonna kill this.
Dose, you know I'ma kill this.
Greasy, you're not gonna kill this.
Dose, you know I'ma kill this.
Greasy del fuerte contiene cadena perpetua de por vida. Hay el arte de alcohol y fumar una fiesta loca sin medida. Nosotros es party, de Miami a La Habana, party, hasta por la mañana, party, we from the Bay, party, all day, every day, hasta que lleno salimos pa' la carretera. Lo que en mí no creyeron, lo tengo loco con la lengua pa' afuera. Ya vengan los bomberos que estamos echando candela. Que traemos que fuego mantente de medio, cuidado que te quema. Yo play all day, tomorrow let's wait when you go bad boy if you know what I mean. My ink is not good if you know what I mean. I will take it home if you know what I mean. CUBA, head to toe, inside and away, pero me go through. Yo to get crazy, yo to get low, yo to get freaky, follow my flow. Yeah, everybody stand up, put your hands in the air. Everybody stand up, put your hands in the air.
Building and we killing it. I know more people that be feeling it. One time up high, swagging, and we be dabbing. Easy baby, those four. You know the ladies, they want more. Up in the VIP top suites, flipping and getting that classy.
Tú sabes, no vamos a fallar. Vinimos a la fiesta por mala y nadie nos puede parar. Tú sabes, no vamos a fallar. Vinimos a la fiesta por mala y nadie nos puede parar.
Yeah, we out here in the trenches, still living it, still walking like we talking it. From Cuba to Frisco, everybody out here still vibing and rocking. No matter what you hear, no matter what you heard, can't beat those four, we here, representing, still putting it down. Don't let this music fool you, baby. We out here still ready to put on some gloves and hold it down. To all my youth, everybody in the struggle, trying to make it happen. You know we with y'all. Come holler. We gonna hold it down for every ghetto, every project, everybody in the schools and the books, making things happen. For all the kids in the struggle walking around with no shoes, from the block to the booth. It's us, baby, representing, cause we in it. On the one.
And of course, that was the Gambazi and those four with exactly feeling it. And of course, you know, it is time for the oldies but goodies right here on KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton. You are in tune to Sabor Latino with Betty Ramirez. Here's Marvin Gaye. What's going on?
Mother,
There's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Yeah. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, picket lines and picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Oh, what's going on? Right now.
Hey man, what's your name?
Right on. Right on. Everybody thinks we're at home. Oh, but who are they to judge us? Simply cause our hair is long. Oh, you know we've got to find a way. Bring some understanding here today. Picket line and picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me so you can see what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. Right on, right on. Right on.
As usual, we try to put out what is going on out there in the community, and we have, you know, a change in the function. I'm told that it is now every last Saturday of the month. And what the function is, it is a positive monthly gathering for youth and family and organizations that serve them with art, music, activities, resources, food, fun. Yes, it's right over here. Over here in the Miracle Mile, 1850 Pacific Avenue, just across the street from KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton, your community radio station. 1850 Pacific Avenue, Stockton, California 95204. It is sponsored by KXVS and Catalyst Real Estate. It is a free event for families, free event for you, free event for all talented out there in the arts. And if you want to come out and share your talent, you have a platform to do so. For more information, contact events at thevoiceofstockton.org or give us a call right here at 209-467-4455. It is right across the street from the Art Lab. And not only that, but we also have the Bedford Block Party, which takes place the first Saturday of the month. Okay? And that is going to continue with music, art, food, drinks, raffle, and a lot of fun. 6 to 10 p.m. Live DJs, music performers, art exhibits, silent auctions, raffle prizes, eating contests, and a fun raising time. Delicious food, lemonade, shave ice, beverages, beer, and wine with a valid ID. Presented again by KXVS and the Art Lab. 2001 Pacific Avenue and Bedford Road. It is also a free event and donations are appreciated. Remember that we are KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton.
Love for me will always be till the days of tenderly, until I cried and cried for you. Yes, no matter what you do, until I've cried and cried for you. Gave me love and there was none. You know you're the only one here that's in my heart to stay. I want my baby back again. Until I've cried and cried for you. Gave me love when there was none. You know you're the only one here that's in my heart to stay. I want my baby back again.
Do you want to relive the golden days of Stockton? Join Nate Knott on Stockton Alive every first and third Monday at 6 p.m. Tune into thevoiceofstockton.org.
KXVS 92.1 coming soon.
KXVS right here off the Miracle Mile in Stockton, California. Remember that you can become a member to support your community radio by looking us up on thevoiceofstockton.org or kxvs.org as well. There you will find all the forms and everything you need to become a member. And like our banner reads, join KXVS and let's make Stockton better together. I truly believe in that, and I know you do too. Now, if you want to come on by and visit us, you can do so. We're over here located off the Miracle Mile at 231 Bedford Road, Stockton, California, 95204. Joe Baton with Ordinary Guy.
I don't drive a beautiful car, and I don't own an elegant home. I don't have thousands to spend, or a seaside cottage for the weekend. I'm just an ordinary guy, Afro-Filipino, average sort of guy. That's what I am, ordinary man you left behind. Exclusive nightclubs are right to start with me, 'cause I don't associate with high society. I don't hang around playboy millionaires. I'm just an ordinary guy you left behind. Ordinary guy, Afro-Filipino, average sort of guy. Ordinary guy, Afro-Filipino, average sort of guy. That's what I am, ordinary man you left behind. Taxis take me downtown. My apartment is my home. I spend the weekend with my friends. Otherwise, I'm alone. Don't know much about psychology. My degrees are in streetology. Ordinary guy, Afro-Filipino, average sort of guy. Salsa! A gozar.
shoes, and I should know that, baby, you got it. That's all I can say for you. Got soul, too much soul, foxy clothes, the cutest nose, a groovy set. There's nothing fake about you, baby. You got it. People can be cruel. They say I've lost my cool, but it's very hard to keep my cool when I'm around you. Cause baby, you got it. That's all I can say for you. Got soul, too much soul, foxy clothes, the cutest nose, the nudist shape. There's nothing fake about you, baby. You got it. Now that I found you, gonna cling to you. I'll give you love and money, everything to you.
And of course, this is Britton Wood with Baby You Got It. It is almost that time to say goodbye, so I'm going to give a shout out to some of our sponsors that have came through for the 4th annual Chicano Community Program. And of course, I'm going to keep promoting them because, of course, they came through with flying colors. First of all, big shout out and thank you for our sponsor, for our signature sponsor, and that is PG&E, together bringing building a better California, and juntos construimos una mejor California. Big shout out to Rio's Body Shop, Dr. Julie Damon Brown, Dement Real Estate Group, Sacacuentos Mezcal, Connections News, Vigil Mobile Notary Service. We also have a thank you to Stockton Monument, Veronica Vargas, Tracy, City Council, Via Pudo, that's Miguel, Jesus Andrade, Latino Times, La Yolanda, La Bamba, Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Citywide Tow, Farmers Brothers, Third Sol, Manpower, Ramirez Ranch, Ram Protective Services, Safe Mart, Mountain Mike's Pizza, and that's 2828 Country Club Boulevard, Juan Escovedo, of course, and GRA Architects and Associates, Inc., and also El Zarape, located right here off Weber in Stockton, California. Thank you so much. Do appreciate you in a big way. El Dorado Market came through for us too. And you know what? Just want to thank everyone that made this event possible. Everyone that helped me sell tickets, all the social medias, everyone that posted, that shared information, and just helped out in one way or another. We appreciate you. If it wasn't for you, the event wouldn't have happened, right? Thank you so much. And good news. It looks to me like next year we're going to have the whole family, Escovedo. Yes, Juan Escovedo's family. I'm excited because I'll be able to see Peter Escovedo. Matter of fact, he's the first person that I interviewed back in the 70s. Do you remember that? Clearly, what a wonderful, wonderful person. And his son's just like his daddy. Yep. Matter of fact, they did an awesome performance, and I just want to say thank you, Juan Escovedo. Thank you, Third Sol, for jamming with Juan and, just making it so beautiful for that event. Thank you to DJ Sandoval for coming through. A touch of magic. Thank you so much. Ramirez Brothers Blues Band and Mariachi Tesoro, Pedro, Profesor Pedro Ramirez, Paul Aponte, and also Frank Zapata, Ballet Folklorico. And everybody in the car show, everyone that helped out, all the judges, and just everybody. Thank you so much for making it possible. All right, next year's going to be big because it's going to be the fifth annual Chicano Community Program Radio Reunion and Car Show. This is Betty Ramirez signing off. Enjoy the rest of the music. I shall see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Hasta luego.
Now casting your spell on me.